Welcome back guys to the PvP build for Necrom chapter update 39. I'm on my Magdk Dragon Knight with something unique, especially for DKs, with a gang setup based on Take Flight and Mortal Whip. As you could see in the intro, it deals a ton of damage, around 25 to 32, 33k plus. Setup wise, first set core Riptide, what else? 740 weapon and spell damage if your stamina is at or below 33%. Probably a must have for every gang setup. Combined with Acuity, instead of a new moon this time, Acuity gives us 20% critical strike chance per stack, up to once every 1 second. When you deal non-critical damage, you proc it. You can also go with a new moon if you want, but I had enough of gambling on crit luck. Without Acuity with new moon, we would be around 30%ish, so every third attack would only crit. Balrog is monster set for the extra pen and weapon damage, and the back bar something different with Black Rose Perfected Daggers, which gives us the extra 6% damage we need. Activating Blade Cloak, in this case Static Cloak, while in combat allows you to gain Spectral Cloak whenever Blade Cloak deals damage for 2 seconds, reducing your damage taken by 6% and your damage done will get increased by 6%. But keep in mind, you need to hit Deadly Cloak during the combination, otherwise it will not work of course. Alternative to Core Riptide, go with New Moon, and instead of Acuity you could probably go with Axiom. Gives us 400 extra weapon spell damage to our class abilities, since we use Leap and Mortal Whip, both class ability skills. Armor types, 5 medium for the extra crit damage and weapon spell damage, 2 light for the extra pen, full max magic of course on the glyphs, and full divines. On the jury, fully fused for extra weapon spell damage. Bloodthirsty would be probably better, but I already had Core Riptide infused here. Front bar, 2 swords. You can also go with mace if you want, but with Balrog we have already a ton of penetration. I prefer the extra weapon spell damage in this case. A Nirn Sharp, Flame Poison Chant, back bar 2 daggers, gives us the extra crit rate we need. You can also go with maces, axes, swords, doesn't really matter in this case to be honest, both in infused to increase the damage of the disease damage glyph here and to give us more weapon spell damage with the Berserker glyph. Quick look on the skills, Barb Trap just slotted for Slayer, 3% extra weapon spell damage thanks to the fighter skill passive. Same stuff with Silver Leash and Karma Hunter. Karma Hunter also gives mana Berserk by the way. Mortal Whip, definitely Dismorph, deals slightly more damage than the other one. Whenever you activate a different Ardent Flame ability, you gain a stack of Seething Fury. I simply pre-buff myself with Flames of Oblivion. I use it 3 times in a row to gain 3 stacks, in total 300 extra weapon spell damage. And it also increases the damage of Mortal Whip by 20%. Flames of Oblivion, mainly to pre-buff Seething Fury to empower Mortal Whip, but it also deals damage if you're lucky enough if it procs in during the combination. Take Flight is ultimate. Deadly Cloak, mainly to proc the Black Rose Prison Daggers, but if it procs during the combination it also deals quite a good amount of damage. Race Against Time for Minor Force, 10% extra crit damage. Magic Expedition and a Snare Removal. If you want you can also go with Channel Exploration here. Vigorous Self here, then Spell Symmetry, simply to be able to sustain the magic abilities. We are Vampire stage 4. Look at our regular ability cost increase, 12%. Ignis Weapons for Major Brutality, 20% extra weapon damage. And also procs with Mountain's Blessing, Minor Brutality, 10% extra weapon damage. And Corrosive Armor just slotted as defensive ultimate. By the way, make sure to put out the points of Battle Roar. When you cast an ultimate ability, you restore health, magic and stamina. We don't want it of course with Core Riptide. We need to drain our stamina and keep it below 33% for the maximum bonus. Raise Dunmer for the extra weapon spell damage, magic and stamina. Better choice in this case would be High Elf or Khajiit, especially Khajiit, for 12% extra crit damage. Mundus the Shadow for 17% extra crit damage. Vamp stage 4, like I said before, mainly for 2 passives. The first one, Strike from the Shadows, 300 extra weapon spell damage and unnatural movement, reduce the cost of sprint by 50%, and if you continuously sprint for 3 seconds, you automatically become invisible. Really important, since we're not a Nightblade, we don't have Shadow Disguise or any Cloak ability. Buffwood Clockwork Citrus Fillet gives us the extra HP we need and the extra Magdk regen. Attribute points, everything into Magdk of course. It's a pure gang setup. And potions, I prefer those Invis potions here. You can buy them in a Zero Deal from the Siege Merchant guy, or even in Warden if I remember correctly. Restore HP, gives invisibility for 10 seconds, and the most important part, even CC immunity for 10 seconds, so really nice. CPs, blue ones, Mastered Arms, Warful Strikes, Fighty Finesse and Backstabber. Do not use Steady Aim, keep in mind Take Flight is an AoE ability. Red ones, Pain's Refuge, Rejuvenation, Celerity and Bastion for the 15% extra damage against shielded targets. Combination: pre-buff yourself first with the weapon power buff, Ignis Weapons, Race Against Time, then start to drain your stamina below 33%. Use Flames of Oblivion 3 times in a row for the Molten Whip stacks. Use the Invis Potion, Leap, Light Attack into Molten Whip. That's it with another PvP build. Thanks for watching, have a nice day. Check out my Patreon in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
You are an amazing boy.